Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Snyder's Inc. And today we got top 15s. This is top 15 mysterious, real, found footage tapes. And we will get right into this. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment what you think down below. Let's go. Oh, what's happening here? Give me a second. This is the RAM that's coming out. There you go. We're gonna be. There you go. Holy crap.
Number 15. The plane crash.
Sorry about that. You actually had to see that, but I'm not gonna stop. I shouldn't have had. We've seen this plane crash. I think it was part of the disturbing parts of the internet that we just watched. But it's either that or it was on a recent Nexpo one. Might have been Nexpo now that I think about it. Might have been in his. I'm not fully sure, but I remember we've seen this recently.
Damn, hang on, right!
On August 10th, 1984, two men were departing from Granby, Colorado en route to Jeffco but never arrived. 3 years later, the wreckage was discovered by some backpackers and they reported it to authorities. Among the wreckage,
I didn't realize it took 3 years. Maybe I misheard. I didn't hear that. Actually, well, knowing me, I probably did hear it, but my brain's so bad with memory that I probably don't even remember. Because, like, 3 years for that to be found is insane. 3 years for a crash to be found. There are bodies in that just lying there for 3 freaking years.
they found a damaged VHS tape which contained footage of the crash. The 6.5-minute video was recorded via a VHS camcorder mounted on the instrument panel. The tape was so badly damaged that pieces of the tape were found hanging on the trees, though it was repaired by Colorado authorities. They concluded the pilot, James Cadell, had not taken into account the rising terrain which led to the crash. He attempted a steep
Yeah, because he tried to go for the... He didn't realize until too late that he wouldn't have been able to go past the mountains and he couldn't go up in time to do it. So yeah, that's what happened.
right bank, but the plane stalled 3 times. Quite possibly the most chilling part is when James yells to his only passenger, Ronald Wilmont, to hang on just moments before they hit the terrain.
Damn, hang on, right!
Number 14. Stephen McDaniel.
Oh, this guy gives me disturbed creeps. I hate this man so much. I am never... This man was meant... This man is a serial killer and he was born... Like, this guy was meant to just kill someone. This guy is the most disturbed, weirdest, creepiest human being. And it's not even things he says. It's just his overall look that gives me... He doesn't have, like, an expression. He barely... Like, his expression changes when they bring it up. Like, in the interview, in the interrogation, if you watch it, it's like 3 hours of him sitting still. He doesn't move. It's the most creepiest thing I've ever seen. It gives me legitimate chills. I don't like the guy.
Mercer University School of Law classmates Lauren Giddings and Stephen McDaniel were neighbors and friends, but what Lauren didn't know was that Stephen was obsessed with her. For months he had been filming her from her window, using a camera attached to a 6-foot-long stick. With graduation soon approaching, Stephen couldn't stand the fact that he would never see Lauren again. On the night of June 26, 2011, he broke into Lauren's room wearing a mask and gloves. He leaped onto the bed and grabbed her throat. During the struggle, Lauren
This makes no sense in theory. So his goal was to kill her? To make sure he really would never see her again? Like, that was his goal? That was his solution? Oh shit, I'll never see her again. I guess I should kill her. Disturbed men don't think straight. There's no thought process here.
ripped off the mask, revealing it was her friend. Stephen later confessed. She said, "Stephen, please stop." He didn't let go for over 15 minutes. After being caught, the video evidence was found on his computer and clips were released to the public. Stephen has shown remorse for his actions, but doesn't expect forgiveness from Lauren's family.
You shouldn't get forgiveness from no one. I hope you shouldn't be forgiven. You are a sick freaking weirdo. That's what you are. You are a sick dude.
District Attorney David Cook later said, "I fully expect Stephen McDaniel will spend the rest of his life behind bars." Number 13. The Stockton Arsonist. In Stockton, California on August 15, 1989, an overheated car pulled over to the side of the road on Interstate 205. The driver decided him and his son should walk to the nearest phone for help. Not far from the car, he noticed a jacket on the ground. Upon picking it up, he discovered an unlabeled videotape in the pocket. He took it with them, and after returning home, they watched the VHS. They turned it over to the police immediately afterwards. The cameraman was standing not far from a house completely in flames while whispering to him.
Hold on, wait, I'm curious now what this played on. Because it says Spike. Was this on a show on Spike? Was there a show on Spike that talked about this? What is this for? Why does this say Spike, like the Spike's channel? Right here.
Himself. Captain Frank Curry was assigned to the case, and even he was disturbed on how eerie the video was. He said they watched the tape hundreds of times, and what baffled them the most was the cameraman's comments about Omar. They figured this man had a revenge motive for the arson, but they could never confirm who Omar was.
Was there ever any information given about this? Is there ever been a follow-up on this? Because I'm actually curious about this now. And I would love to know more. Is there any update on this? Can someone tell me?
Investigators went to the spot where the videotape was first discovered, and the jacket was amazingly still there. After searching it, they found items that led them to believe the cameraman was a devil worshipper, including a wooden pestle and a ceramic skull. Despite these new clues, they still had no leads on the arsonist, or even the house that was burnt down in the tape. The house was believed to be one story with 2 chimneys. Clips were eventually released to the public, and it was only when the tape was shown on the TV show Unsolved Mysteries that the house was identified.
Okay, that might have been it. It might have been done by, it might have been shown there. That's why I had the Spike logo.
Located in Redwood City, about 80 miles away from where the VHS was discovered. On the night of the fire, the Woodside fire captain also recorded the burning house, and once the 2 videos were compared, it was a confirmed match. Redwood City Police Detective Mark Polo already had 2 suspects. Both were youth. One is seen in this clip wearing a mask. After interviewing the pair, they admitted to starting the fire, and one was sent to juvie while the other was committed to a mental hospital. The only mystery that remains is, who was Omar?
Your house is next.
Number 12. The abandoned mine accident.
So 2 youths started the fire with no reason given. They don't know who Omar is, so it might even be a person, or it might be the person they came up with. A voice in their head, a devil they created. And they worship. But this random's house was just set on fire because of them. Fucking crazy people. Crazy people.
This is going to America's Funniest when somebody falls.
That's a good idea. Alrighty. Oh, that's on the table. Don't touch that.
Abandoned.
Hang on. Ain't going America's Finest Home Video is going on top 15 for the top 15 mysterious real found footage tapes on the original channel, and yours truly, Snyder's Inc. channel. So ha!
Mines are defined as sites where mining activity took place, but proper mine closure procedures never took place. This means that many forms of potential danger can be found inside one. This footage was filmed on July 8, 1998 in an abandoned mine in Utah. A group of boys are exploring inside. As one of them films it, they eventually find a rope that leads down to the main shaft, and they begin to question how they will get back up if they do decide to go down.
Down to the main shaft.
Wow, so we're climbing down this rope.
Yeah. How far down?
How are we getting out of it?
Climbing up it.
I see.
Oh, this is exciting.
Who's got bad rope climbing skills?
I've climbed ropes before.
And
There's a little ledge you can rest on.
how far down does it go?
They estimate that the rope leads down about 30 feet. One of them eventually decides to try climbing down.
This is like this. Is it off now?
No, it's not. How am I gonna get this thing down there? Yeah, but how am I gonna get back up?
It looks sturdy, has a knot.
I don't have a
Take that. Give you my belt. Strap it on.
Adam! Oh, Adam! Oh.
Within seconds, the rope breaks, sending the boy falling as his friends scream his name. Adam ended up falling 65 feet, knocking him unconscious, but amazingly, he was still alive. He had to wait for hours in pitch black while emergency services attempted to rescue him. This video should serve as an example as to why you shouldn't explore abandoned mines. Number 11.
Especially, you shouldn't do abandoned mines. You're not prepared for it. Don't be reckless with it. Don't trust a piece of rope. The rope wasn't made for you to climb anymore. Trust me on that. The rope's been sitting there for years. It's been abandoned. The rope's been sitting there for years. Don't trust the rope. Stupid.
11. Lost in the catacombs.
This is one of them footage you see all the time. Everywhere. Everywhere you see them. God damn. There's the footage you see everywhere. I won't repaint it.
Located in Paris, France, the catacombs hold the remains of more than 6 million people in a network of tunnels. First established in 1738, nowadays it's a tourist attraction, but major spots are blocked from public access for various reasons. This doesn't stop urban explorers from exploring them, and in this case, that decision had serious consequences. A video camera was discovered on the ground by a group of explorers, and the fate of its owner remains a mystery. The videographer records as he explores the catacombs, filming the signs painted on the walls over.
You know what's worse? This thing holds what over? It has over thousands of bodies. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of bodies. You wouldn't know his body. Or this person's body, I should say. 'Cause I think it's established it's a male, but I'm not going to fully say for sure because I don't remember. So, whoever filmed this, you wouldn't know because their body's probably what? I mean, gone through. It's just now what? Skeletal remains, you wouldn't even know.
Bones. This continues for roughly 40 minutes before the person starts walking faster and faster. Soon he begins to run as his breathing gets louder, clearly scared. He stops multiple times deciding which way to go. At this point it's apparent he's lost. He eventually drops the camera in a panic, and after hitting the wet floor, the man's feet can be seen as he runs off.
Yeah, it's very interesting. He just dropped the camera and ran for his life. Either there was things that people think something was chasing him, which is, I doubt it, but whatever it is, he got lost and couldn't get out.
The camera keeps recording until the battery dies. A group of cataphiles, who knows the tunnel networks very well, searched for 12 hours trying to find clues of the man's whereabouts, but found nothing. This has made people question the authenticity of the tape, but no one has come forward with more info to this day. Number 10. Yuri Lipsky.
That's insane. So it's not even like he died. Because we don't know. That could be fake. But there's no information, so nothing can be proven.
The Blue Hole is a popular.
Oh, is this the guy who, I think he got, like, lost. He got lost there, or he got dizzy and, like, couldn't get back up. So he ended up, like, drowning and falling and drowning. Is that what it is?
Popular diving location located north of Egypt in the Red Sea, dived almost on a daily basis. It is about 300 feet deep. On April 28, 2000, Russian diving instructor Yuri Lipsky took the plunge into the depths of the Blue Hole, along with a camera. As he continues going deeper, it sounds like he says help at one point.
That's definitely help. That's definitely help.
But at this point, he could have easily returned to the surface. He continues descending quite fast, roughly dropping at about 100.
Part of me wonders if, like, this is what I mean. Like, he got dizzy and just kept going. He didn't know what he was doing. He just kept going. Because I guess, yeah, at that point he could have easily gone to the back up to the surface, so it's interesting why he kept going down, unless he was confused.
100 feet per minute at 81 meters or 265 feet deep. He finally checks his computer, but since he is diving with standard air, he is already suffering the effects of nitrogen narcosis. At this depth, one commenter says it's the equivalent of downing 8 martinis. The further he goes down, the worse the effects are. There's been cases of people removing their regulator and offering it to a fish from the effects of narcosis. When he reaches the full depth of the blue hole,
wants to see that. Like a guy just goes, like, here, fish. Fish, you need this. No, you fish. Come back, you need this to breathe. You need oxygen, fish.
hole, it's clear that the regulator is not in his mouth, and he begins to panic, eventually becoming entangled. Yuri never returned back to the surface, and this footage was found when he was. A Redditor goes into great detail about everything that went wrong, and the link can be found in the sources. But to summarize, it was a combination of nitrogen narcosis, oxygen toxicity, a single tank, improper gas mixing, and
A single tank? This guy bought a single tank of oxygen when he was going 3... That was stupid.
overweighting. Even with the mistakes this diving instructor should have never made, it's a very sad situation and outcome. Number 9. Ricardo.
Yeah, because he should have known better. He should have known not to do that. He should have known what he was doing.
Lopez.
Okay, I'm ready to roll. The manager's downstairs. That's a problem.
There's nothing wrong with having a crush on a celebrity, but becoming so obsessed to the point you lose touch with reality is when a person needs serious help. Ricardo was a shy, socially reclusive man who coped with his feelings of inadequacy with women by becoming entranced with celebrities. In 1993, he became
I apologize for the sneeze. My nose went bothering me. I need to get out. I apologize so badly for that. That was bad. That would make you turn off right there. That sneeze. Holy shit. Glad you just like headbutt the microphone or some shit. This guy already seems bizarre though. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, once I saw the clip of him with red paint looking like he's trying to be Darth Maul. That's all I needed to see.
Became obsessed with Bjork, an Icelandic singer. He gathered as much information on her life as he could, and as time progressed, he lost complete touch with reality.
Look at this. This, my friend, is not a sane human being. You don't wear this regularly if you are a sane human being. This is a man who's on the verge of being a psychopath, or already is.
In his diary, he wrote of fantasies of inventing a time machine to return to the 1970s to become friends with her. His diary eventually reached 803 pages in length. 3 years later, while living alone in Hollywood, Florida, he read an article saying Bjork was in a relationship with fellow singer Goldie. This caused Ricardo to feel betrayed by the singer, which made him extremely angry. He wrote about his fan.
I always used to that makes me laugh. Like, that's what celebrity things go too far. When you have a crush on a celebrity and you don't know them, and you come out, and then when they get in a relationship, an actual relationship, and you get mad and jealous and feel betrayed by this person because they're in a relationship, despite the fact they don't know you, so they have no they have no idea you even exist. That's when your crush thing has gone way overboard.
Fantasies to punish Bjork. Ricardo started
I mean, it can go way overboard before that, but that's like the definitive thing.
A video diary, which would reach 22 hours of footage about his plans for revenge. When Bjork and Goldie's relationship became more serious, he concluded that he had to take Bjork's life. He constructed a device rigged with sulfuric acid in a hollowed out book which would be sent to Bjork's house, appearing from her record label. On September 12, 1996, he began filming his last diary entry while preparing to mail the device. After returning from the post office, he covers himself in grease paint and takes his own life on camera. 4 days later, the police department entered his home and discovered the tapes. Upon viewing them, they contacted Scotland Yard, who intercepted the package safely. Without Ricardo's knowledge, Bjork and Goldie had ended their relationship only days before he sent the package. Bjork later said she was very distressed by the incident.
I'd say, so I'd be disturbed too. You could not be disturbed. You imagine you're this celebrity and you just found out like, hey, we just intercepted accepted a package that was sent to you. Oh, really? What was in it? Oh, it was a thing that some random dude made in California, and he planned to give it to you. It had fucking acid in it that was planned to kill you. What? Like, that would be fucking terrifying.
Number 8, Amber Takaro.
Yo, where are we going? No, this is a... Are you fucking kidding me?
Missing Indigenous women is a serious...
This is why. This is gonna be the example. Don't hitchhike. I am telling you. Do not hitchhike. Plan your if you're going somewhere. Never hitchhike. Listen, I'm sorry, especially if you're a woman. Listen, men, it's dangerous to both genders, okay? Any gender. You don't know who you're getting in the vehicle with. But I would say women are probably in more danger than men are. But, again, just everyone's in danger. Don't hitchhike.
Problem in Canada, with statistics citing as high as 1,100 missing over the past 30 to 40 years.
They're probably found in the fucking schools.
In 2010,
When they found all the bodies of fucking women, of fucking people in schools, I think most of them were children. But I'm just saying, that fucking wouldn't surprise me if they buried fucking actual women and all that in there too.
20-year-old mother Amber Takaro got into an unknown man's vehicle in Nisku, Alberta. It appeared she vanished and was never seen again. 2 years later, the RCMP released an audio recording they found on which Amber could be heard talking to her kidnapper.
Yo, we're not going in the city.
If I remember correctly, can you hear the entire, like, don't they have it where you can hear the entire thing? Like, from the moment thing to the moment, like, before she dies or that she's attacked? Because if that's the case, why wouldn't you release more of it than just, like, a short clip? Because you might be able to hear him more and dissect who he is if you release more of it.
Are we? No, we're not. Then what are these roads going to?
The RCMP believes that instead of taking Amber north, he took her southeast. The man on the tape was never identified, and the tape was released hoping that someone would be able to identify him. The RCMP refused to disclose how they managed to get this recording in the first place, but the CBC says her brother had called her. Since her brother was in a correctional facility, the call was automatically recorded. If you know anything about this case, or the whereabouts of other missing Indigenous women.
That's a good question. I'm gonna hope it's that. Because I'm not. I am curious. How did you get this footage? How did you get that audio? I am actually very curious now on how you got this audio.
Please email mmiw@cbc.ca. Number 7, down the hill, 2 girls.
They arrested the person, didn't they? This, hold on. I need. Oh, camera. Can I still be seen? Hold on. I need to check something. I need to check. See. Okay. The sticking camera got knocked over. I need to figure out because I remember correctly. Didn't they catch the person in this? Or didn't they arrest someone in this?
In their early teens were walking down an abandoned railway line in Indiana before they disappeared. Liberty German was posting
Yeah, so they arrested the guy. They arrested someone in this thing. So I think this was done before that. Cause this, I think, was just done recently, like, last year or two. And this was older than that. But I can tell you, the person here in this has been arrested.
Snapchats of Abigail Williams along their walk. She also took a photo of a strange man who they believed were following them. When the girls did not return to their pickup spot, their parents reported them missing. Sadly, a day later, their bodies were found not even a mile away from where they were dropped off that day. Upon searching their cell phones for more clues, police found a video recording, and it may lead to whoever committed this horrible act. While the actual found footage is longer, only 3 words were released to the public. The quality of the audio is quite low, but the authorities are hoping.
That's always bizarre to me. This is another. That one was another bizarre. I get why you don't want to show the full attack, but you could have shown more than 3 words. Because not everyone's gonna be able to pick up who this is just from 3 words. You have to sometimes listen a bit longer to hear that. So. Don't know if that was the greatest idea. Glad this person did get arrested though.
Someone will recognize this voice. The mysterious man on her Snapchat story is the main suspect, but he still has not been identified. If you know anything about this case, the tip line number is 844.
Don't even worry about, I mean, if you have more information, but the person has been arrested and captured. I don't know if they've been sentenced yet. I don't know on that.
459-5786. You can remain anonymous if you wish. Number 6. Station Nightclub.
We've seen this before too.
On February 20th, 2003, the band Great White was playing a show at the Station Nightclub in West Warwick, Rhode Island. During their song, Desert Moon, the tour manager set off spark-spraying pyrotechnics, which ignited the acoustic foam surrounding the stage. Since the foam is highly flammable, the fire grew large very quickly, as a dark carbon monoxide and hydrogen cyanide smoke filled the club. In less than a minute, the whole stage was up in flames, and the band quickly fled the club through the west exit. The majority of the crowd attempted to flee through the main exit, which caused a stampede. 406.
If I remember correctly, it's because they wouldn't let them go out the west or back entrance. They would not let them for some fucking reason, which is still weird to me because that sounds like murder. Like you're making sure, you have 2 exits that people could escape from, and you're not letting them leave, which is weird. I don't know why you would stop them from doing so.
62 people were in the crowd, and over 100 lost their lives. Sadly, it was reported a bouncer stopped people from exiting through the west exit like the band, saying the door was for the band only. The cameraman managed to escape.
Makes no fucking sense. My man, this is above your band shit. The band would not be if the band, listen, if you let people out because a fire broke out through the west entrance, I can guarantee you, you are not going to hear that band publicly be offended that they were the only ones to go out that door. Because no band is that stupid. No band is going to say anything. So, I don't know why you thought this way, and you should have been arrested for the fact you didn't let them leave.
And recorded from outside as the entire building was up in flames. The band manager who set off the pyrotechnics was sentenced to 15 years, but only served 2. The nightclub owners.
What? How does that work? How do you get sentenced to 15 years and only spend 2 years in prison? That's an actual question of how.
They did not give permission for the band to use pyrotechnics, but the band said otherwise. Number 5. Ricky Rodriguez.
These fuckers are abused, they're beat on, used for fucking everything. I only want it for one purpose, and that is taking out the scum, taking out the fucking trash.
The Children of God is a religious group often.
I was about to say, think this is one of those people that you have sympathy for what he did or planned to do. I don't remember if he did it or not. I think he did, but There's some sympathy for this man.
Labeled as a cult, Ricky Rodriguez was the adopted son of David Berg, the leader of the group. Throughout his childhood, Ricky was routinely abused, and this led to a deep resentment to both his mother and adopted father. When he reached adulthood, he often spoke out about his childhood, and because of this, the location of his parents were kept secret to him. Living in Tucson, Arizona at the time, he arranged a meeting between him and a former associate of his mother, Angela Smith, who was his nanny and involved in his abuse. The night before, he recorded a video of himself discussing his plans of revenge. He called himself a vigilante, avenging the children who had been subjected to horrible childhoods at the hands.
I find it hilarious to me that this man got out about how abused he was, and the world and everyone, probably even police and them, are like, we gotta protect the parents, clearly. This man abused and mistreated his entire life. Why are the parents the one you're trying to protect here? Maybe why not go to him and be like, listen, man, listen, if you need help to deal with the stuff you dealt with in childhood, we can help you. We can help you. You can't, like, you clearly, we actually understand you need help. This isn't a thing of, like, is it, like, we know what you went through is some fucked up shit, because what he went through is fucked up. He went through some fucked up shit. And he needs help. No one wanted to help him. For some reason, we had to protect the parents instead. And this is what happened.
Hands of David Berg. There's this need that I have, he said. It's not a want, it's a need for revenge. It's a need for justice, because I can't go on like this. In his apartment, he took the life of his former nanny. He then drove to Blythe, California, before taking his own life on a deserted road. A few days later, a friend of Ricky received this tape in the mail. His mother is still a leader of the group and has not been charged for any of Ricky's abuse. Number 4.
You couldn't prove it. There's no way. Would never be, because I'm not saying it didn't happen, because there's no way I believe it didn't happen. That cult, then I bet they abused him. He's the leader of a fucking cult. Of course he abused him, but there's no way to prove it. None.
Heaven's Gate.
We have no fear. We're
this one's just weird. This is just weird stuff here.
Proud and looking forward to what's ahead. And we believe all our classmates feel the same way.
Actually, you all couldn't really know it unless you had done what we had done and been through what we had been through. But I think you can trust, our judgment in this.
Led by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles, you may have heard of this cult due to their highly unusual belief system. They believed that Earth was going to be recycled, and the only way to survive was to leave it immediately. How they were going to leave was via a UFO, and the only way to get on was to take your own life, believing the human body was a vessel with the only purpose of helping them on their journey. Days before they
It is so bizarre how this thought. I wanna talk to one so bad. I want to talk to a cult leader so bad, or a former cult leader, or a former member of a cult. I want to talk to someone who is connected to a cult in some way. Because I want to learn. I want to learn so badly. I have questions that I want to learn. Is there some interview that's had someone, if you guys might answer, because I don't want to scroll through YouTube. Is there an interview with someone connected to a cult, like a former cult member or a former cult leader, that can help me that can educate me on just how this works, how someone is able to convince people of a belief so freaking confidently, because it's so curious to me.
were to begin their journey, Marshall began filming their final days. He had persuaded 38 of his followers to join him, saying that a spaceship was following Comet Hale-Bopp. These tapes recalled their exit statements and contained interviews with all of their followers. All seem happy while interviewed, or at least calm, not fully comprehending the reality of their situation. Starting on March 24th, 1997, the followers began eating phenobarbital with applesauce and washed it down with some vodka. Then they fastened bags around their heads and laid in their own beds. 15 members took their lives that day, 15 more did the next, and 9 more the day after that. Heaven's Gate had their website hosted on a Romanian ISP, and they mailed the webmaster their final press release and the exit statement tapes. The Romanian webmaster was only told prior that they were a small monastery with non-traditional views, so it's safe to assume he received quite a shock receiving this package. Though this happened roughly 20 years ago, their website is still active, and apparently emailing them can warrant a swift, polite response.
I'm here to offer you, as these are, an opportunity to
Almost wants to send them an email, see what happens.
know the truth, so that if you can connect with it at any level, then you might survive.
Number 3. Soul Fairy Sinking.
좋습니다. 네, 살아서 봅시다. 와, 해경 온답니다. 네, 와 진짜 나.
Oh, I know this. I can't watch. Oh no, I know this one. This is fucked up. I know he'll give context, but I want to do it so badly, but I don't want me to repeat what he's got to say. This is messed up though.
살고 싶어요. 살고 싶어요. 지금 네, 여기 영상에 많은 걸 남깁니다. 네, 관련한
On April 16th, 2014, the MV Seoul capsized on the coast of South Korea, carrying 476 passengers who were mostly secondary school students from Danwon High School. When the sinking began, the captain told the passengers to stay on the boat, and shortly after, he abandoned the vessel.
That is the weirdest part of this. That is the thing my brain has never been able to understand. Why was that what the guy, like, did that guy have to have gone to jail? Because you crash a thing, you don't tell anyone, you just abandon ship and fucking leave, leaving everyone here to die. Like, that is the capital of capital murder.
This footage was recorded by 2 16-year-old boys who both lost their lives this day. The passengers can be seen with life vests on, which was instructed via the PA system. As water began entering the ferry, these life vests would cause the passengers to be stuck inside the sinking vessel. The passengers can be heard sending farewells, while others beg to be rescued. Sadly, 304 passengers lost their lives, while 172 were rescued. The majority of those rescued did not listen to the captain's announcements and had left the ferry. The
smartest people. I understand, because you should trust the captain, right? You should be able to trust what the captain said. It's bizarre to me that this captain wanted these people to die. I don't know if it was planned from the beginning for these guys to die, but it seemed like it.
The captain was eventually given a life sentence, and 14 other crew members were also charged. Number 2, grave robbing for morons.
Slice, okay, you peel it back like that, okay, and you will find.
I think what's also said about this one is no one can confirm he actually robbed the grave. No one can confirm it.
The ends of the bones, you will not see the rest of it, but you will only see this part.
This is a mystery that the internet has been trying to solve for a very long time now, with entire websites dedicated to identifying the people behind its creation. In the 1990s, this homemade tape began circulating in VHS trading with the title Grave Robbing for Morons. The 27-minute video features a teenager explaining pretty much everything you need to know about robbing a grave. This includes how not to get caught, which parts are the most valuable, and various other creepy tips. In the tape, he is holding what appears to be a real skull, which he has taken from a grave. The internet is on the fence about his authenticity due to the exaggerated nature of his advice, specifically about dispatching witnesses.
Never leave witnesses. If you have to knock them out so that way they think it's a dream. It's best not to kill, but if it's necessary, do it.
with others saying the skull he is holding looks too real for the video to be fake, but possibly he doesn't know completely what he's talking about. The video ends with him saying, "If you're watching this video, then you'll know who it was," before throwing up a hang loose sign. How this footage was found in the first place still remains a mystery, and it seems like it's not going to be solved anytime soon. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you've ever been curious as to what I look like in real life, then follow me on Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT with underscores instead of spaces. I also have a Twitter at YT_chills where I post video updates. I'd really appreciate it if you followed me, and feel free to send me a DM if you have any questions or suggestions. If you'd like to see more of these videos in the future, then hit that subscribe button because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Number 1. Casey stuttered.
Two sick individuals. Listen, I'm not gonna. This guy was gonna kill a human being. If you look, he looks like someone that do it. Him not so much, but I don't know who influenced who here. But if he influenced him to do it, it wouldn't surprise me.
I'm sorry, Cassie's family, but GI number 1. We have to stick with the plan.
On September 22nd, 2016, high school started like just a normal day for Casey Stuttered. Brian Draper began filming her in the morning before class, asking about the whereabouts of Tori Adamkick.
Wait, have you seen Tori?
It's clear in this recording how uncomfortable she looks around Brian. Little did she know at the time about Brian and Tori's sick plan involving her. Later, the pair filmed themselves apologizing to Casey's family for what's about to happen tonight. Casey was house sitting for relatives and was visited by her boyfriend Matt. Later that night, they were visited by Brian and Tori, and the four decided to watch a movie. Brian and Tori left soon after but had not gone far. The two waited until Matt left before entering the house and took Casey's life with a kitchen knife. Even more disturbing is their reactions, which they recorded after driving away from the scene.
Just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke. I stabbed her in the throat and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. Oh, fuck. That felt like something real. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the fuck up. We gotta get our act straight.
Okay.
You know what I just realized? These two are, like, all of this planning they did. Yet somehow with all the planning, they're still fucking morons. Why would you film yourself after you murdered her? Then be like, we gotta get our act straight. My man, you dumbasses, you just gave them a confession. Just confessed to it. What the hell is wrong with you? This is next level stupid.
The pair were arrested just 5 days later, and this footage was discovered. Both blamed each other in interrogation and were each given life sentences without possibility of parole. Their motive was determined as seeking fame, and the only thing Casey had done wrong was befriending the pair. Through analyzing the found footage, it seems like the pair were complete psychopaths, saying their actions
Oh, 100%. 100%.
shouldn't be illegal because it only makes them want to do it more.
Hell, you restrict somebody from it, they're gonna want it more.
We found our victim, and sad as it may be, she's our friend. But you know what? We all have to make sacrifices. Our first victim is going to be Cassie Stoddard. She's going to be alone in a big...
You know what makes this even worse, right? Is you hear this, and it clicks into my brain, or at least in my... This wasn't a one and done. This wasn't supposed to be. The way you hear that, do you hear the way he said it? It's our first victim. You know why it's his first? Because they planned to do more. They had a list, a kill list. They said on that, they had a kill list. They planned to do more. They planned to be famous serial killers. That was their thought. The fact that that is your way of going to fame, it's not how, like, any other thing, but let's be famous for killing people. Like, that's insanity.
Big, dark house out in the middle of nowhere. How perfect can you get?
Thanks for
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this reaction video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.